Greetings, viewers. This is King H from Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Welcome to my platform. This is a Pan African platform. Please like, share, and subscribe. The discussion of today has to do with a video that is circulating about Ambassador Nagy, where he discussed about the issues or the plight of Southern Cameroon and Cameroon. And in that video, he stated that um, and a genuine open dialogue is needed in solving the Cameroon or Southern Cameroon issue with Life of the Cameroon. And he said, in this genuine open dialogue, even the Cameroon diasporas need to participate in this dialogue. But I gotta say to Ambassador Nagy that one thing that Life of the Cameroon are not good at or are good at is not being genuine. So how are you gonna have a genuine discussion with people who are all about corruption, craftiness, cunningness? How is that gonna happen? But that's beside the point. Ambassador Nagy went for that and said both sides are becoming more radicalized, and Cameroon cannot win this war militarily. That the violence may spread to West Province and even Littoral Province. There was one gentleman, Mr. Bock, that asked a vital question, a very significant question, a question that I needed an honest answer. But Ambassador Nagy did not give an honest answer to that. But this is the question that Mr. Bock asked. Is separation of the two states a possibility? At this point, right now, with the war going on in southern Cameroon with La Republic Cameroon, that is the only possibility. But Ambassador Nagy responded by saying that he believes that Cameroonians, including Southwest and Northwest, have a sense of Cameroonness. That the Ambazonia is not a realistic or it's not a realistic perspective. It's not a realistic outcome because Southwest and Northwest have a Cameroonness that he only recognize the integrity of one Cameroon. And this is the issue that I have. Because that is what he presented in the American government and the American people. We're now having, sanctions that are going to be put up in Cameroon. Certain Anglophone Cameroonians feel happy, feel elated, feel that, oh, this is going to really change or do something to change the war. But that's not necessarily true. Because after everything, their goal right now, the goal of the American government, based on the response and the answer that Ambassador Nagy gave to the American government, is that Cameroon has to be one nation, and the war between Southern Cameroon, between Southwest and Northwest, Southwest and Northwest against Cameroon, needs to be solved as one Cameroon. But this is not the reason Cameroon went for war. This is not the reason Southern Cameroon went to war. That's not the reason. to be included in one Cameroon. Overall, the end goal that the American government is trying to achieve is to stop the war. They're not solving the problem. And stopping the war doesn't mean that the problem between Southern Cameroon and Republic Cameroon would just go away. It would not. It would not go away. The Cameroon, there is two Cameroon in Cameroon. Whether they like it or not, that's just the truth. There is two Cameroon. There's English Cameroon and there's French Cameroon. And there is no one Cameroonness in Cameroon. And this is what Ambassador Nagy has told the American government. And based on that, they are putting sanction in Cameroon. That also includes, those sanctions will also include Southern Cameroonians, will also include leaders in Southern Cameroon. Some people don't seem to understand that. They think that it's going to only go to the government. No. This sanction is going to go to the parties that are involved in the war in Cameroon, both English Cameroon and French Cameroon, which means that frontline leaders who are involved in this war, who are fighting to make sure that Southern Cameroon is liberated, has its freedom from Republic Cameroon, will also be sanctioned, as well as French Cameroon. So this is not actually a good thing for the war in Southern Cameroon, because the end goal for the government of the United States is to stop the war and make sure that Cameroon continues to have one nation with Southern Cameroon and French Cameroon, or with English Cameroons and French Cameroons, or Republic Cameroon. But that's not the goal. That's not the purpose. That's not the reason why the people of Southern Cameroons have been killed for the past 4 years, going 5 years. The reason we are being killed is because we want a nation of our own, because we are not recognized as citizens in Cameroon government, in the French Cameroon people. We are not recognized as citizens, and we are not treated equally as citizens. And that is a reason we decided to pick up arms to fight for our freedom, to fight for our liberty, to fight for our freedom or sovereignty. The reason we decided to pick up arms is because we wanted a nation of our own. But by this new sanction that's coming in, which is going to also affect Southern Cameroon as well as the government of Cameroon, or Republic Cameroon. And if by any chance that through this sanction, Republic Cameroon stop fighting the war and they recognize Southern Cameroon as part of Republic Cameroon, then the goal that we were trying to achieve, after over 500 villages have been burned, after so many people have been killed, so many people have given their lives for the goal of sovereignty, independence, a nation of Southern Cameroon, a nation of Amazonia, would not be achieved. Our goal that we are trying to achieve will not be achieved under this sanction. This sanction is not necessarily a good thing for Southern Cameroonians, because at the end of it is to make sure that the war is over and Cameroon, both English and French, see continue to work as one. By doing that, we gain nothing. We lose more. And I would say the reason why we have not been able to achieve what we are fighting for is also because our three so-called um, governing organization, which is the AGOC and the two IGs, the IGs of Irima and the IG of Sako, those two IGs with the AGOC, which all represent a governing organization for the people of Southern Cameroon, have not been able to work as a team to create the future Southern Cameroon wants, to give Southern Cameroon an independent nation. Our forces are fighting against each other instead of fighting against the main enemy that is holding us from gaining our independence, which is like Popular Cameroon. Some people are happy that this sanction is coming, but this sanction is going to go for French Cameroon as well as English Cameroon. The leaders of both parties will be affected. And if by any chance we do not succeed in obtaining what we want to achieve in Southern Cameroon, which is freedom, sovereignty, independence, a nation of our own, then all the people who have died, all the soldiers who have given their life, all the people who have fought, all the villages that have been burned, all the people that have been displaced would have been for nothing. So this is the time for Southern Cameroon military groups. It doesn't matter what group you belong, so long as you're fighting for Southern Cameroon, a free Ambazonia, a nation of us, we should not fight among ourselves. We should focus on our counties, focus on liberating our counties, focus on dismantling and destroying the military camps of La Republic de Cameroon inside our 14 counties. If we can focus on that and defeat the forces of La Republic and destroy and obliterate their forces that are inside our 14 counties and take control over our counties with all the sanctions that are going to come forward from the United States with our leaders, because our leaders will also be affected in the sanction. Because what are we fighting for? We are fighting for an independent state. We're fighting to be liberated from La Republic de Cameroon. We're fighting to have a freedom from La Republic de Cameroon. But the end game for the United States government in this war is to make sure that the war ends and one Cameroon continues. So it defeats our purpose. That's my perspective on this shit. When the list of sanctions will be coming out, you see some of our leaders, Anglophone leaders, who will also be sanctioned because they are fighting to liberate Southern Cameroon. And if we continue to fight to liberate Southern Cameroon, then the United States government will sanction our leaders, as well as the French Cameroon government continue to fight to have one nation of the Republic de Cameroon. They will also be sanctioned. But the sanction doesn't work for our benefit. It works against our benefit because at the end, who's gonna win if we give in? It's like Republic de Cameroon They will sanction their leaders, and when they stop fighting, then the war will be over, and then one Cameroon will continue. Which means that what is the purpose of our people dying? What is the purpose of all the villages being burned? What is the purpose of all the IGPs being displayed around the world? So we're gonna fight all this fight. We're gonna lose all these people. We're gonna lose all the villages being burned down just to be part of La République de Cameroon. That doesn't make sense. That's not our goal. That's not our objective. That's not what we're trying to achieve. The purpose of this sanction is not necessarily benefiting for us Southern Cameroon, because at the end, they're just trying to stop the war and not trying to solve the problem. They're neglecting the reason why this war started in the first place. And as a Southern Cameroonian, I'm not happy with the situation. But the fact that our soldiers, the fact that our leaders don't want to work as a team to realize the dream of Southern Cameroon or of Ambazonia, this is where we are right now. A war that more of our people will be killed at the end, like Republic Cameroon could win. Because if they stop fighting, if they go according to what the United States sanction is going to be put in place, if they accept everything, then they stop fighting, at the end, there still be one Cameroon. But in reality, there isn't one Cameroon. There's two Cameroon. There's French Cameroon and there's English Cameroon. And everything that the French Cameroon does not have the interest of English Cameroon, which means that the best option is to have two different nations. And if the United States government cannot see that and cannot work towards that, then all the people who have died in Southern Cameroon will be in vain. But if we want to achieve our goal and gain our nation, all the soldiers on ground zero will have to work as a team to defeat the forces of La République de Cameroon. This is King H. Till next time.